Hey, beautiful souls. I pray that you all are having a blessed day so far. And I wanted to just come on real quick to talk about. I hate when I start something and I don't know how I'm going to like land the sentence, but I wanted to talk about having tough conversations with people that you care for, people that you love, and not holding grudges, not holding any grievances, and not bottling up your feelings and learning how to speak up for yourself in situations where it's necessary and beneficial to you and others. I think sometimes we get so caught up in holding a grudge, or we get so used to not speaking our truth that sometimes in certain situations where we need to have a tough conversation with someone, instead of doing that, we'll let whatever is bothering us fester. And let me tell you something. At my previous job, I did that. I let me not getting a promotion and someone getting it who I believed was less qualified, and me not feeling like my work ethic was defended and advocated for. Like I felt like when the other person who wasn't qualified for the position was offered the promotion, that someone who I was close to at the job, who I felt like a sister, should have advocated for me, should have been like, wait, time out. We should be offering Annie this position because she has shown such an amazing work ethic. She has been top tier, okay? She has helped different departments within the kitchen advance, and she has elevated the breakfast station. She's elevated the smoothie station. She's taken on huge projects. She's done catering. Listen, side by side with the sous chef, busting out the catering when the executive chef was on maternity leave. So I started to take on a lot of responsibilities and allowed myself to be a floater in the kitchen even when I didn't like it, even when I didn't want to. And so when this new person who came along, who only been there for a short amount of time, much younger than me, this is their first time working in a professional kitchen. I've already been there for a year after being trained in the kitchen, so on and so forth. Yes, of course, with the promotion, there's other things to be trained for. But just like she wasn't trained ahead of time and was offered the position, that also means that I could have been offered the position then trained as a junior sous chef, which is the position that she received. And she's an amazing worker. It had nothing to do with her work. It had everything to do with me knowing my value, me knowing my worth, and me speaking up for myself. And sometimes we forget to do that. It doesn't matter if it's a job, if it's a person. It doesn't matter what type of relationship it is, whether it's family, friends, or intimate relationship. Sometimes you need to learn. Yes? You want chicken? Okay, I'll bring you some chicken. He said he want normal chicken, my son. So yeah, sometimes you have to be the one to initiate a tough conversation. Now, the sous chef, I love her dearly, but I was holding a grudge, not in the sense that I was acting out on the feelings that I had of her not advocating for me or defending me with the promotion, but it was like an inner, oh, I want to talk about this, but I don't feel like it. I don't know if it's going to be worth it. And I think for me, the deciding factor whether or not having a tough conversation with someone, whether or not it's worth it, is what does that relationship mean to you? What does that person mean to you? Do you feel like when you and this person were in a better space that it brought you something? And yeah, absolutely, because we have a lot of the same interests, but also we have very different experiences in life. And I love actually dissecting our experiences and talking about how even though our experiences were different, we experienced similar pains, and talking about our background and just this dissecting life in general. I love to do that with people. And so we had that, and I cherished it. And so I had decided, okay, I think it's time for us to discuss what happened at the job, just so that we both gain clarity. And I was very happy and pleased for her to be like, yes, let's discuss it. And then we had an open, honest, transparent conversation where we both expressed feeling hurt. We both expressed and shared our truth. And that's what was needed. We both needed to have that tough conversation. And so I want to remind you, if you clicked into this video, if there's a conversation that you feel like you need to have with somebody that you feel is worth putting in the energy and effort into, and you've been, teeter-tattering and procrastinating having that tough conversation because you don't know which way it's going to go, trust and believe that if it doesn't go the way you want and this person winds up no longer being in your life, that's better for you. Yeah, you'll grieve the relationship, but in that case, now you no longer need to keep putting so much thought, effort, and energy into that relationship. And then on the other hand, if the conversation makes the relationship stronger and you both gain clarity and better understanding between one another, then great. In either case, it benefits you. In either case. And so I just want to remind you to, okay, I'm doing good. I just remind you to speak up for yourself, Have those tough conversations with those that you love and care for. Stop holding grudges. Stop holding grievances. Being able to have that conversation with someone and speak your truth, even if it may offend them. Trust me, it frees you. It frees you because there's things in the spiritual realm that want to use the things that you hold close to your heart against you. And it can fester and it can make things worse. So speak your truth, but be kind. You don't have to be nasty. You also don't have to act like a Teletubby either, but be kind in how you deliver things so that people can hear the message and not just, focused on your tone if it's a nasty tone. Deliver it in a positive tone, but speak your truth. Be stern, okay? Speak your truth. Bring up those tough conversations. And trust me, it'll free you. All right. I hope somebody needed this today because I needed it. It took me a while before I decided to have this conversation. So hopefully this video gives you the sign you've been asking for or the confirmation that you needed to have a conversation with somebody that you've been holding off for too long. So 2025, no more grudges, no more grievances. This is the year where we allow ourselves to be vulnerable and transparent and honest in the relationships that we care to maintain. Okay? I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in and be blessed. Peace.